Well, hey everybody, this is John Riplin and
The Terminator.
And oh boy, Mania 35 from MetLife Stadium. Sweet Jesus, was it a long show or what?
It was a roller coaster.
But
that was the last WrestleMania.
Okay, that was a hot mess. Did we call it the New Orleans hot mess?
Yeah.
So this may be a bit of a long review, so bear with us here. There is a lot of shit to cover.
Yes.
There is a lot. The pre-show did have Coach Sam, Paige, and JBL. Cool, whatever. Paige at least was there. Paige, yeah. Pat and Charlie. Charlie, just good God. She makes any color look good.
Yes.
Alexa's moments of tits, bliss, I think that's what it was. Yeah, she... Xavier
she
and
participated.
Yeah.
She didn't have as much of a commanding presence as the New Day did.
And that's okay. Xavier and Big E with Kayla all hyping up the whole thing with Kofi and Bryan.
Yep.
Edge and Christian, they were split on Bryan and Kofi. And then we get to the match that kicked off the kickoff, which was...
What else would happen during the kickoff other than having the cruiserweights get screwed out of another royalties paycheck?
Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
Yes, and a terrific match.
It really was.
Something deserving of the main event, something you could have put one of the nonsense matches from the main card on the pre-show. You could have put the U.S. title on here.
As much as I love Joe and Ray, yeah.
Because it was a brief match. It was an affair that just ended quickly.
You could have put this on shortly after Kofi and Bryan. But that aside, Nese did attack early.
Yeah.
That he showed a whole lot of fire. The crowd was really into it. I mean, they cheered Buddy, they cheered Nese.
And I was completely surprised by the result.
I mean, Buddy did do some good wrestles. He was bleeding from the eye at one point. I mean, sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
But
he had a little bit of a cut right about here.
Yeah.
Which you can't see because I'm pointing behind my glasses.
Right.
So have fun imagining that.
But still, yeah, the cut was like right here. But, oh boy, the running Nese, and good God, Tony Nese
is the new cruiserweight champion. I'm gonna be surprised to see, like, if he can continue the momentum. Because he didn't have a lot of momentum going into this.
He really didn't, just from your reviews and from what little bit I saw.
Yeah. I hope he can continue to pull this off. He can have great matches.
He just needs to have a little more personality, or at least be able to show his personality.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy, he could go to SmackDown, he could go to Raw, something like that.
He should go to SmackDown.
He should. He's a great athlete. They want a more sports entertainment, heavy product.
They want a more sports orientated.
Well, sports heavy. You get my point.
No.
Okay. Wait, what? But this was terrific. It was a great way to kick off the show. Nese winning surprised me. We were 10-8 on the predictions. I was 10, he was 8. Which surprised me. Because I actually thought he'd get more right. I was hoping he would get more right.
My choices seem to have made sense for a while until they lost their goddamn mind.
They did. They lost their goddamn mind a little bit later, but Nese won. Terrific stuff. Yeah. Very happy for Tony Nese. You had the Impractical Jokers, guys. I don't know who they are. Let's move on. Women's Battle Royal. Paige here.
Yeah, except not in the match.
Oh, no. Paige actually was on commentary.
Yeah. But let's go through the entrance.
Yeah, the entrance. Nikki Cross, Mandy Rose, Maria Kanellis, or Bennett, whatever. Candice LeRae, Lana, for some reason.
Dana Brooke, for actual reasons.
I'm saying, yeah, Dana's trying. Asuka. Ember Moon is back.
Woohoo! I'm fine.
Fuck, you were not.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
she's fine.
Yeah, I know you like her quite a bit. Zelina Vega, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv, Sarah Logan, so all the Riott Squad, Sonya and Kairi Sane. I don't think I missed anybody else. That was actually, I gotta say this. No, Carmella. Carmella was also in there.
Yeah, we have to mention her.
Now, look, Dana did get in some good shots. That was fine. There was actually a Dana chant, which surprised me. It wasn't for Dana Warrior, even if she thought that was the case. There were some good moments.
Yeah, and near the end of it, unless you want to get through some of the eliminations.
Nah, not really.
Near the end of it, it came down to Asuka, Sonya, and Sarah Logan.
Yes.
Which was a great trio to end this on.
Yes.
And Sarah Logan stood tall after ousting both Sonya and Asuka.
Yeah. And then Carmella, who wasn't eliminated.
Yep.
She eliminated Sarah Logan.
Yep.
They had one job.
Not without a fight, obviously.
Right.
Because of Sarah Logan.
Right, but still. I'm not... if you were going to reward a woman that got screwed out of the title, okay, Naomi, and Naomi was in here too, sorry about that.
She got eliminated early by Dana, didn't she?
I think so. But to be fair, if you're going to screw over the women, you know, like in that thing and not have one face Asuka, okay. Have Asuka win? Okay, you don't have Asuka win? Fine. Mandy, you know what? Mandy would have been a fine choice. Sonya would have been the best choice out of all those four. I'm sorry, Carmella isn't very good. Now, I don't think this is going to lead to anything. Mm-hmm. Of course, she, you know, got the badge trophy, which is fitting for, you know, Corey. Or she hugged some guy at ringside. Maybe some guy she's dating. I don't know. I mean, good for her. I don't hate Carmella as a person. This was not a good choice. This really wasn't. It was really bad. I mean, like, really bad. It made the women's...
really, really bad.
Yeah. The Riot Squad having some great moments, though. Eliminating people and actually using the numbers game.
Yes.
You let them do that, it might actually make sense.
Wasn't Ruby the first one eliminated of the Riot Squad?
I think Liv was, actually.
Oh, Liv.
I think Liv was. Of course Liv was. Poor Liv. This wasn't good, though. This wasn't a good end result. The match, for what it was fine.
Yeah.
But then we get to... Raw tag titles.
Yeah, it's Revival versus Hawkins and Ryder.
In a match that was literally made on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, basically the match went on too long. It went on too long.
Yes, it did.
You had Ryder get beat up and tag Hawkins.
It was not a good match. It was an okay match.
Yeah.
However.
But. Hawkins pinned Dawson. And Hawkins broke his 269 loss streak. Yeah, so that was something. Yeah. So the former Major Brothers, former Edge heads.
They're now tag team champions yet again.
And they will probably lose the titles tomorrow.
Probably.
But that was something. Hey, the crowd popped for Hawkins. Hawkins wearing old Spirit Squad gear. It was what it was.
Was Hawkins part of the Spirit Squad?
No. He wasn't. I'm saying he wore Spirit Squad gear.
I was like, I didn't think he was.
No, he wasn't. He would have been a better athlete than anybody besides Ziggler in there. You then have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with the SNL jackasses. Nobody fucking wanted these idiots here.
Yeah.
They did embrace the hate thing. One wore a Browns Beckham jersey, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whichever one it was.
Good play on them for that.
Yeah. I mean, that...
But, that aside...
Braun, Apollo, Titus... Tyler, Jinder, Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metal League. I don't think Lindsay Dorado was there. Was Dorado
I don't remember.
I don't know if he was. The B team.
Go, go, go.
Yes, out of the ring.
Yeah.
Rhino, the Ascension, Andrade, Ali, Shelton, the Good Brothers, the Hardys, Heavy Machinery.
Slater was in there, wasn't he?
EC3, Slater was in there. Sorry, I forgot to write that down. Heavy Machinery, EC3, and Harper. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Braun eliminated quite a few people. There were moments.
Apollo had a couple of good moments in there.
He did.
So I was expecting more.
Yes, hopefully. I was actually hoping Apollo would win this.
Me too.
But Ali just get rocked at one point.
Oh, God, yeah, you got flung right into the table.
Yeah, I mean, and Harper didn't look like he had the best landing either. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
He was down to Braun in the SNL jokes, and they brought out this therapist guy, or whatever the fuck it was.
Distract him, which didn't work.
He should have hit him a lot harder. He should have freaking crushed these guys' skulls. I know they're wrestling fans, but this was bad. This did nothing for Braun.
I don't know if they're actually wrestling fans, though.
I believe they are. I would think so.
Anyway.
But Braun won.
Yeah.
This did nothing for Braun.
Nope.
Nothing. Hopefully Braun gets... Move Braun to SmackDown. Something. You gotta do something. Have him face Joe. That'd be a good match.
Yeah.
But just... This didn't do anything for Braun, so the pre-show was a mixed bag. The pre-show was kind of a wash. Though it was a great cruiserweight match.
Yes.
Which, of course, kicked off the whole thing, and the cruiserweight stealing the show on the pre-show.
Yeah. It's about 2/3 of an NXT takeover with the time frame that they had.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah. By the way, at the end of the video, take over, review and the G1 review. Yes, check those out. And that. Go watch that.
We don't focus too much on Enzo and Cass from G1.
We don't, because...
That was a G1 spot we didn't want to take care of.
LSG spot.
Hey.
Yolanda Adams. Who?
Also, good job. Video package of...
The wrestlers, just, what Mania means to you, what Mania means to you, and all that stuff. We have...
And then...
Alexa, okay, you gotta give me a minute here. You just gotta give me a minute. Alexa, okay, she comes out, big special and everything. Okay, she's all happy. Hey, she's the host of WrestleMania. Good for her. She's going to wrestle again. And they introduce Hogan. I know that there are people that are Hogan fans on my watching this channel. That's fine. I'm not going to fault you guys if you're fans of Hogan. I'm not going to talk down to you guys at all. He should not be back.
No, he should not.
He was not.
He serves no purpose. He did make a Silver Dome reference, which,
he did. I mean, that was kind of funny.
But he was promptly interrupted by Paul Heyman.
He was. I just want to say this, though. Hogan's not sorry for what he said. He's sorry he got caught. When you get caught and you actually are sorry, you make every attempt to do something to rectify it.
Yeah.
He didn't. Mm-hmm. So don't tell me that he's sorry. Oh, Big E says that Hogan apologized to him. If Big E apologized, or Big E got an apology and whatever, good. Hogan didn't deserve this spotlight. I knew he was going to get it, but whatever.
Yeah, but he was promptly interrupted by Paul Heyman, who walked on the ring, which one person tweeted out was, "Ah, yes, the real American, Paul Heyman."
That was good stuff. And what was great is Heyman says, if my client's not going to close the show, then he's going to open the show, and we're not going to
take Brock to be a curtain jerker.
Thanks for making me imagine that, Chris. Why did you make me imagine that?
Because that's actual verbiage.
I know, Chris, opening the show. I get it.
Get on your game. We're reviewers. We should know this stuff.
Wait, right? I'm on my game?
What?
When am I ever on my game? Rollins and Lesnar for the Universal title kicks things off. I will say this, I was surprised this kicked things off.
Yes.
But it kicked it off.
I was more surprised by the finish.
I was too. Brock.
Just kidding, I wasn't. I predicted this.
You did. I actually thought they would go the other way. Brock attacking immediately. The bell did not ring for about 18 years.
Yeah.
And F5, all this stuff, whatever.
So about half of the pay-per-view?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, about 18 years. Apron spot, and as we know, it's the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, I could be married with 4 kids by the time the match started.
There was a German announcer bump, and Heyman must have cheered for that.
Anyway.
Right. Okay, so you got a ref bump, and then low blow, and 3 curb stomps. 1, 2, 3. New Universal Champion.
Yes!
I'm surprised.
I'm glad.
I'm glad also. I'm glad I was wrong on this one.
Usually that would be a heel move to do. A literal dick move, if you would. But with Seth Rollins hitting Brock Lesnar, I think everyone appreciated that. Including John.
Literal dick move. That was great. It was great stuff.
Yes.
I like that. The simple puns are often the best. This was a great way to open, though. Do not have Brock win that title back when he goes to SmackDown, and he will, because apparently Fox wants him. Do not have him win the WWE title. We don't need that.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be part of...
Stop suggesting it to the internet. It might get to Vince.
I think Vince already has it in his mind anyway.
Probably.
But
look at all that beef!
Brock's supposed to be part of UFC 240 in August, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that was a good opener. We then get Lawler on commentary for Styles versus Orton, which was a good match. It was not a great match.
Yeah, it wasn't too terribly exciting, but at the same time, these guys are consummate professionals. They pulled off a good match.
They did. They told a good story. Can Styles win on the big stage? Can he defeat Orton, who's part of the Snake community?
Yeah, the Snake community.
The crowd was really, really loud at one point because there were really bright lights and they were chanting, "We can't see." WWE needs to stop with that shit. They need to stop with the weird big staging and all that stuff. And you know why?
Because they can't see?
That too. But also, yeah, it's like, guys, yeah, you want to have a good spectacle, good visual, but if you're not going to please the fans that are spending thousands of dollars, less people are going to go.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea. Lawler was on commentary for this, whatever. All the women in the crowd were too old for him because they were over high school age. But anyway, superplex off the top by Orton, that was something else.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I thought there was a beach ball at one point that popped up. That would have been kind of funny. But after RKO teases, even though an RKO got hit, phenomenal form, that kind of stuff, phenomenal form, finally 1, 2, 3, AJ Styles wins. We got that right.
Yes. Looks like Impact finally beat WWE in something.
And remember when Sting beat Triple H at... Oh, he didn't.
Right.
Lacey Evans, and she's gone.
Okay.
Why didn't you have her win the Battle Royal?
I don't know. Anyway, we got next match. Usos versus Alistair and Ricochet versus Rusev and Nakamura.
Versus the Bar.
The Bar.
For the SmackDown Live Tag titles, this was messy at times. Ricochet shined the most out of anybody here, though.
Yes, he did.
Of course he did.
But he's Ricochet, and he's bald.
He is.
To be fair, Sheamus shined more, but that's only because he is as white as the driven snow.
He is. But yeah, it was messy. There was a nice 630 or almost 720 with how much he rotated.
Almost a 720.
It was almost 720. But for 2, the Usos ended up retaining because Super Kick Party is fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was a very good match.
Yeah, it was. It was well wrestled. It was well wrestled, except there were messy spots. A 4-way is hard to pull off. I speak from experience.
Sure,
Would you like to know more? No. Anyway, that was fine.
Yeah.
Now, I got to do a little bit of a Hall of Fame rant here. Not too long. One, I'm glad Brett's okay.
Yes.
That guy needs to be processed to the fullest extent of the law. The person attacked him.
He's been criminally charged.
And hopefully gets elected. Hopefully gets the electric chair. So.
I don't think it was that serious of an attack.
I believe.
Punishment should fit the crime.
Right. But I stand by it. But Brett's my favorite superstar of all time. How the fuck do you think I'm going to feel?
It was stupid, and he got a beating of a lifetime. Plus criminal charges.
I hope his brain's bleeding out and he dies. I don't care.
Okay.
But, Hall of Fame recaps, let me just say this much. One, I am happy that people no-sold what Hogan did. Which is good. Lashley looked like he wanted to kill him. He should have. Honky Tonk Man didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what people say. It's fine if you like him. Brutus Beefcake didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Tori, sorry. I know she was gracious. She knew her role. She shouldn't have been in over some women. Legacy Wing, hey, Bruiser Brody in there, in the same, in there where Carlos Colon is in there. Carlos Colon, who was responsible for the murder of Bruiser Brody. Luna's in. Good for her. She should have gotten more of an introduction instead of the Legacy Wing. You know what, though? It was what it was. I'm happy Brett's okay. Yep. Happy him and Natty could do the thing and pay homage and honor to Jim Diablo Neidhart. And then they had everybody out on stage and whatever. And okay, I'm amazed Honky was actually able to get up there. They need a forklift to lift some fat racist fuck up there.
So fat, there's an awful lot of Honky.
Awful lot of Honky in here. We didn't get Miz versus Shane McMahon, a Falls Count Anywhere match.
And boy, this match was much better than I was expecting.
This so overperformed. Miz pie faces or Shane
in
pie
the sense
faces
that it
Miz's
was
dad.
better than it deserved to be.
It deserved to be so much worse than this, honestly. I mean, because Miz is not the best worker, though he's a great. He's good at what he does.
But he's fighting for his papa. He's fighting for his family. He's fighting for his dream. And he got pinned on accident.
He did. There were, I mean, George at one point gets out of there, Mr. Potato Head himself.
And he gets in this, like, really bad boxing sense and Shane's, like, poking a little fun at him, like, raises up his fist and he's like, okay. Just send him out. And as the ref gets near him, he charges in on George and...
Yeah, and then kicks him in the gut or something like that.
Yeah. And Miz gets pissed, starts attacking him, throwing him about.
They get out to the crowd.
It's the most intimidating Miz has ever been in his entire career.
Which is Miz-timidating.
And Miz-titating.
God, you beat me there with that one.
Yeah.
So, that was good stuff, though. Miz at one point bleeding.
Making him the loser.
What? Into the crowd, though, there were some big bumps. There were some really bad bumps. Shane taking a bump onto the roof of a golf cart and into the cement. That looked rough.
Yeah.
That looked really rough.
Shane, you have kids. Please stop trying to kill yourself.
He's got kids?
He's got kids.
He's got kids. Yeah, there were some good spots, though. And then you had the end with the superplex off that, weird staging area with a $20,000 camera, and the guy is just, doing
right. Well, there was plenty of tie-downs. That's how you set things up in video productions.
I like tie-downs.
Stop.
You knew I was going to say it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You knew right when you said it. Yes, but there was big old superplex and everything.
Miz did a superplex.
Yes. And
Miz
did a superplex. But Shane ended up on top of Miz somehow. 1, 2, with the tie downs. 1, 2, 3. Shane pinned Miz.
I had made a joke about it, and then I realized that he actually had him pinned.
Yeah.
And the ref comes up and I'm like, oh! What?
That was something else. So far, Mania, I gotta admit, is outperforming my expectations.
Yeah.
That was good stuff, though. Paige on comedy. Paige, yeah.
Yes.
Brett appeared during Natty and Beth's entrance. That was great stuff. Great to see Brett there. But it's Natty and Beth versus Sasha and Bailey versus Nia and Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse
versus the
Iconics. Fuck are we?
Idiots on the internet. What else could we be?
I mean, it's good. I mean, I'm the biggest idiot I think out of anybody on this show. Women's tag titles.
I mean, there's a 50-50 shot here. Anyway, let's get into this.
50-50 shot. But for the women's tag titles, at times it was a bit of a mess. At times it was brilliant. Anytime it was a mess, guess what? It was a mess when Nia and Tamina were on the offense, which wasn't often. But Nia and Tamina aren't good. They aren't good.
Yeah.
They aren't good. Why are they here? Oh, they get heat. They don't get good heat.
I mean, when you're that massive, you generate a lot of heat under those spotlights. And then all that latex.
Do we give them the green light?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to stop.
That was... It did have some good exchanges. It picked up in the end. Mm-hmm. Nia, of course, hurling herself stupidly at the steps. Good tactic there, Nia. This was really, really fun, though, for the end. Beth has... You know, everybody's like out and everything and that kind of stuff. Beth has got Bailey up, hits the glam slam off the top, but then the Iconics knock Beth out of the ring.
Uh-huh.
Billy, I believe it was Billy that pinned Bailey.
Billy.
Pinned Bailey. Billy Bailey. Good God, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The Iconics win. I can't tell you. You knew how happy I was. You saw how happy I was.
Yep.
This was brilliant. This was brilliant.
It was great. The Iconics finally gotten something that fits their persona of being a tag team, which is the tag team championship.
And what I liked about it was, yes, they won in a heelish way, but you could tell it meant something to them. Yeah. Like, it really did. They grew up together. They came up in this business together. They are lifelong friends.
Yeah. And there's going to be a slight cut here in just a moment because we're reaching limit on the DSLR, so we got to do a second part.
Yeah, because this is going to be a bit of a long review, but this was really terrific. I love the fact that the Iconics got the victory. And, yeah, that was something else. Now let's get to the match that I was wrong about.
Yeah, in just a moment.
In just a moment.
Yes.
And we are back. We are back here with this. So yes, we had to do all that. So, Kofi versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title.
Oh man,
boy!
One of the matches of the night. Let me tell you,
it had to have been co-match of the night. I think this and the women's three-way. I think honestly,
we'll get into that.
We will get into that. The crowd was absolutely insane. Good fucking.
I actually think this edged out the women's match in a way.
Yeah,
the way they told the story in the match, the way they had Kofi rise up to the occasion on every attack that could possibly happen, but in a way that didn't make it look like it was just a stereotypical face, you know?
Wait, he's rising up.
Back on the streets.
This was great, though. Kofi starting off hot, attacking Daniel. Daniel coming back with submissions, grounding Kofi, beating him up, targeting his ribs. Bad announcer's table spot. Kofi land. There were a lot of bad table spots tonight.
Yeah, there were.
Leslie,
there were a lot of ripcord knees, too.
Yeah, there were a lot, especially in the cruiserweight match. But I will say this, it's a good thing they have to hit the apron, as we know. Sahara's part of the ring.
Yes.
But
ladies.
Brian focusing on Kofi's back and the ribs. Great crossbody for 2, more submissions, a lot of close calls. I actually thought, oh, Brian's got it, no, Kofi's got it, no, Brian's got it. They took us on a roller coaster. This was a hell of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, this really, really was. But stomps to the head, good God. Of course, you know, Hayes had to book the black guy getting stomped in the head. But, I'm sorry, Rowan is fucking awful.
He didn't do much, though.
And what he didn't do very well.
He did okay.
I'm sorry, but the guy's bad.
I think you're giving him more flack on this moment than he kind of deserves.
I'm actually giving him flack for the last few months.
But to be fair, they got him involved in a way that makes sure that didn't end in DQ. Xavier Woods went to charge him to distract him. Big U went to come in to hit him. Rowan is more intelligent than we give him credit for, and got rid of Big E. But I believe it was Kofi that took him out and threw him into a post.
I think it was. Let me just say this: I'm sure Rowan's intelligent. That doesn't mean he's a good wrestler.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah.
But Kofi then gets back. We then get the little bell lock, and Kofi fights out of that. bites out of it, and I actually thought we were going to get a pass-out spot.
Even during one of the... And actually, that's what they tried to play it off as, but the ref went to go lift up his hand and goes to drop it, and Kofi stops his hand.
Yeah.
Showing he's still alive. He's still got life left in him.
He does.
He gets back up.
And
he took a couple running knees during this that usually take out most of Daniel Bryan's opponents.
But he didn't stay down.
11 years.
Yeah, Kofi stomped to Bryan. Trouble in paradise. 1,
2, 3. Kofi is the first black heavyweight champion in WWE.
Black WWE champion, yeah. I mean, Mark Henry won the world heavyweight title, but yeah, black WWE champion. It just, that... I
didn't think it would ever happen under Vince.
I was wrong.
And Kevin Dunn.
I hold up Kevin Dunn. I hope they ship him out in the or leave him on the New Jersey Turnpike. But anyway, I didn't think it would happen. I will say I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong.
This was a wonderful way,
goddamn,
to cap off Daniel Bryan's heel run.
And you could tell, even as Bryan is all upset, or all heelish, he was loving every minute because he knew what was about to happen.
And Daniel Bryan sold his heelish persona so well during this entire match.
Did he ever?
Big E and Xavier Woods passionately supported him from the sides.
Yeah. And Kofi getting to celebrate with Big E.
And the crowd. Holy hell, the crowd.
When that 3 count hit, it's and that's an open air stadium.
Fireworks went off, and then the actual fireworks went off.
Right. It was amazing to watch this. So, Kofi celebrating with Big E, Xavier, and his 2 kids. Kofi's 2 kids. I don't think the others have kids. But it was great, and they unveiled a new championship, which, it had Kofi's nameplates, which means
wrestling is predetermined.
And also, the belt production people
are in cahoots.
They are. This was great, though. I am glad I was wrong about this. I am so glad I was wrong.
Me too.
And we get the SNL guys backstage, and Nash and Hall are there to examine them. And what did Nash say? Who wants to tango with Nash?
No, I was making that joke.
Oh, that's what you said?
Yes.
Oh, I thought Nash... Wait, that's... Oh, God. That's actually what you said. Oh, wow.
It's Tango and Nash.
Tango. Oh, it's Tango and Nash. Ray versus Joe for the U.S. title.
Right.
Oh, look. Ray was dressed up as...
Mysterio.
From the Batman... Or not, the Spider-Man cartoon?
Man, get your comics right.
Look, the Spider-Man villains never really interested me.
Right. He's only got the second most impressive rogues gallery of any superhero.
He does. Joe wins quickly, very quickly. Let's move on. Sorry, Ray, but you lost.
We got Drew versus Roman.
Drew had a guilty entrance.
Yeah.
And Roman got all the pyro and a lot of booze. A lot.
A mixed reaction, but he definitely did get some booze.
And I'm sorry, this is where the show started to kind of crash for me. I know why Roman won, but it was a very limp 10-minute match.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
It really McIntyred us out. As he goes for a drink.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for that. But Roman hits one spear and wins. Don't go back to this booking because it's going to make the crowd hate him. I mean, that's not Reigns' fault.
Yeah.
Don't go back to this stuff. Will Drew get back? Could Drew win Money in the Bank? Sure.
But Drew should win Money in the Bank.
He won't. Watch. I didn't like this, but I expected it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Elias.
Playing with himself.
Yes, on multiple instruments. Think about that.
Innuendos.
Innuendos. Anyway. Yeah, he played with himself a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then a video package showing Babe Ruth and a whole bunch of legends and stuff like that. But then we hear familiar music. It's John Cena.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Thugonomics is back, as is the padlock with the chain.
Yeah. That he still kept. And he made fun of himself and also made fun of Elias. It's not an AA. I'm going to give you an FU. It's an FU. Okay.
Wasn't a match.
It wasn't, thankfully, but I don't know what they're doing with Elias here. Because Cena's not going to be around much more.
I think that's the idea, though.
Right, but thankfully they didn't do anything with Honky Tonk, at least.
Yes.
I mean...
Or Jared.
Again. Remember that feud? Ugh.
I'd rather not.
Right.
The reason they turned him heel.
Yeah, we get Shawn on... Oh, God, they did. Shawn on commentary for Triple H versus Batista, and look, I'm sorry, this wasn't good.
It was not a good match. It was extremely boring. It was Grumpy Old Man number 53.
Yeah,
I would say Grumpy Old Man number 69, but, you know, that would be not worthy of a joke of them.
It would not be nice. This... Look...
There were some good spots.
The guys tried. Batista tripped in his entrance.
You did. There were some other good spots. Getting a channel lock on Batista's fingers and pulling a Pete Dunne. To which Pete Dunne had replied on Twitter with the...
Big old lies.
Yeah, like, oh.
But the Mad Max entrance for Triple H, that was
Took forever.
Yeah, because the guy kept downshifting. I mean, I didn't want the guy to crash.
It was kind of hilarious watching him kind of like break and go, break and go, break and go. It made it less intimidating as he continued to go on because Triple H was kind of like swinging back and forth trying to hold on.
Well, Triple H doesn't have any hair to whip back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Should be.
Yeah, chain usage. I see Michael Hayes left his chain out there. Wrench on the hands, all the weapons, the nose ring part. It still wasn't as bad as the screwdriver to the ear spot.
Oh.
I had to mention that. That made me cringe. Look, I'm sure the guys were happy with this, and okay. Of course, the announcer's table spot at one point where Batista, because he hit the announcer's table spot, had to do uncontrollable thrusting for some reason. What was that?
No idea.
It was weird. But 2 Batista bombs, a 2, spine buster on the stairs, pedigree for 2.
Yeah.
Flair at ringside. How did Flair... Was Flair taking a nap under the ring or something?
Probably after HBK woke up, he decided to take a nap instead.
Sleeping HBK.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting a sloppy pedigree for 3. Look, so Triple H's career lives on. I'm sure these guys are happy with it. I'm sure Batista had no issues. He wants this to be his last match. That's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't enjoy this. It was what it was. I didn't expect anything spectacular, but it just wasn't very good. But we then get Alexa with the B team with Daniel Bryan shirts because he was so confident that he was going to win or retain the title. And it's like the Asuka nameplates thing. I think they were poking fun at himself. And then, of course, Ron Simmons shows up.
Damn!
And he still has a better hairline than LeBron.
Yeah.
But Angle versus Corbin and
This was sad.
One, Kurt can't go in the ring anymore. I know that's why they did the retirement match. This was shit. You could have pulled a swerve, have anybody come out. Chad Gable, somebody, whatever.
As I put up on Twitter, this was an awful end against a mediocre heel for one of the greatest athletes that WWE has ever known. So, again, thank you, Kurt, but I really do wish that you went up against somebody I could give 2 shits about.
And I know that there are Corbin fans on here. That's fine. You can be a fan of Corbin. I don't know why people could find him interesting, but that's okay. I'm not going to knock you guys.
He's not interesting as a heel.
He's not good in the ring.
He's not barely good on the mic.
Yeah, it just...
I mean, he's definitely gotten better on the mic, but...
I mean, he couldn't have gotten worse.
He's not the heel that should have gone up against him. We should have seen something like Roman versus Baron and have Drew versus Kurt.
Yeah. Oh, Drew would have been the better choice.
After having Angle tap out to his own ankle lock? Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, what do we get? We get this fucking jack-off facing Kurt Angle.
I know that they're using it to try and get more heat on Corbin, but
I don't give a shit.
No, I'm not saying...
about Baron. I just give a shit about Kurt.
I want people to look at this, because this is the face I made during it. I mean, as best as I could.
Or my shirt, which is,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Let's do it the dumbest way possible, because it's easier for you.
Best of luck to Kurt, whatever he does. If he has a wrestling school, whatever, the man deserves it. The man deserves his retirement. But I'm sorry, this was such a limp match. Corbin didn't look any better in this.
No, he didn't. He didn't look like more of a heel. He just
he looked
existed.
Limp. Yeah. We then get Lashley versus Balor for the IC title. Lashley had blade-like contacts, as you point out.
Yes. Which, if you're going to be hunting something supernatural, you might as well pull off some blade.
Yes, we have Lashley versus Balor,
and Bobby actually looked like he was going to be able to put up a great fight against Finn Balor.
Balor had blackface on, by the way.
This is kind of the thing, though.
Or you're gonna just totally cut that out.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Yeah, he did actually look like he would put up a decent fight. He did a nice spear through the frickin', ropes.
He countered Finn Balor quite often.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to overwhelm the demon.
The power bomb to Lashley, though.
Yes.
It was impressive. And then the coup de Royce Gracie.
From the turnbuckle to the middle of the ring.
It was impressive. 1, 2, 3. Balor is the Intercontinental Champion. Why the fuck do you take the title off of Lashley and then put it on Balor and then put it back on Lashley to do this?
I don't know, but I'll speak along the review.
So, we got a dance break. Enough said. Rousey versus Charlotte versus
Oh,
Becky Lynch.
yes,
Winner
the main
take
event.
all. Cole losing his voice. Never come back, Cole. We don't want
This was truly a main event.
Let's talk about the entrances. Just very
And not
briefly.
just because it's all women and ooh, look, it's all women for the main event. This was a fantastic match.
It was. Charlotte with a Great American Bash-like entrance. Her dad had it either 85 or 86, I don't remember, but he entered in a helicopter at Charlotte Memorial Stadium. Joan Jett singing Ronda to the ring. Joan Jett, by the way, I would, and you would too. Becky, sweet Christ, that good God.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh,
When
Becky.
she stepped out, I was like, I want to know what love is.
It's funny because she's a foreigner. So Ronda dominates at first. Goes after both of them. That was some good stuff. You had a bad landing after doing a double armbar thing and landing.
Yeah, Charlotte was hoisting her up and Becky drop kicked Ronda.
And she hit the apron and then the floor.
Which is the hardest part of the ring and the hardest part of the floor, which is the floor. Hi, I am the Derpinator.
And that was good stuff. This was absolutely brilliant. I mean, there's too many spots to really cover. There was a great exchange. Ronda did botch it.
Becky also calling Charlotte a little weirdo too.
That was pretty funny.
I'm very tired of that.
Ronda did botch a bit of a run into the turnbuckle or into the post. I'll let that slide.
Yeah.
Spanish fly for 2 off the top. That was great.
Oh
by
god, but Charlotte banged up her knee on that one.
And Ronda's knee was beat to shit. Maybe it's because she kicked
right below the knee, like her calf. But she took quite a bit of abuse.
That was something else though. That was really good stuff. There were a lot of close near falls. A table came in, and then, tables are for bitches.
But it ended in the most surprising way I could think of.
Piper's Pit?
Yeah, Ronda goes for the Piper's Pit. Gets Becky down. Becky rolls her back into a pin.
3.
And there's a point of contention, though.
Because it looked like Ronda's shoulder might have been up?
Yeah, it looked like her right shoulder may have been up.
So
we'll likely have a continuation of the feud leading into Backlash.
I think Backlash is next pay-per-view. I think it is. Which is a good idea.
And it'll just be Ronda versus Becky.
And Becky will beat her straight up. Straight up, please.
And this was a fantastic match. If you didn't watch WrestleMania, you're just watching a review, I have to recommend that you at least go back to watch the main event and to watch Kofi versus Daniel Bryan.
Watch Kofi versus Bryan, then watch this, by the way, in that order. Because the crowd was as much into it as they could. Now, apparently...
After this long of a show, for a crowd of that magnitude, at that time,
it was like
get so involved into this match.
It was after midnight over there.
That requires a ludicrous amount of drawing power.
It does, and Becky has that. And look, I'm not taking anything away from Ronda in the ring. She's not a very good person outside of it from some of the shit she does. But in the ring, she has improved. Everybody did their job well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Becky versus Ronda Backlash. You know what? I'm going to say this, even with the bullshit that happened, B+. I'm going B+.
I'm going to go with B. I'm leaning on a B+, but I'm going to go with a B. The Angle versus Corbin match disappointed me beyond belief.
Definitely.
Cena and Elias bit, that was
bad.
Weird.
There was a lot. There was some shit.
The Women's Rumble, Carmella's not a good choice.
Yeah, Women's Battle Royal, yeah. The Men's Battle Royal wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It
was an expected result.
You can get everybody on the card all you want. You need to cut this shit down next year. Cut it down, or make Mania 2-day
And I appreciate
event.
that they made Samoa Joe look intimidating.
And that is fine. But they're going to need to make Mania a 2-day event. If they do that next year, they need to make sure they do things better. So, B+, and you...
There's a poll.
There is.
Right up here. Great WrestleMania along with us, and leave a comment down below and tell us what you thought about the show.
Hit the subscribe button.
And like and like or dislike if you... let us know how you feel.
We are not going to have a gaming stream tomorrow. You are busy. We will have a Raw review, so yes, please enjoy this review. Thank you guys so much. Get this review up as high as you can if possible. I really appreciate that. But anyway, I'm John Ritland. That is...
The Derbinator.
We are tired as fuck. We're going to bed.
Alright. Have a good night, folks.